Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's first video. It's Monday at GazObvious.com, which means only one thing, it's Europe Day. Every Monday at GazObvious we have a look at the weather for the coming week across the continent. And today is no exception. We don't do it every week, we didn't do it last week because it's Bank Holiday Monday. But most Mondays we do have a look at weather for Europe. And we're going to do that today. So before I get on with that, just to say about the ads, there's links to articles on all the pages at GazObvious.com. Have browsers, widgets, any articles that you're interested in. Please click through, you'll be able to go and read the article. Thanks so much for doing that. There's also the ads on those pages. They open out in the content and then they'll close back up again when you watch them. Thanks for getting involved. Thanks for doing that. So we've been having a lot of problems, a lot of questions with the models over the past few days in terms of some really high temperatures that are going to push out of Spain and the Mediterranean across many parts of Europe. But how far north and west that hot air gets at the end of the week is causing some real headaches. It could well be that many parts of Scandinavia, Ireland, United Kingdom, and even some northern parts of France could just about miss out on this heat. So I'll have a look at all the charts right now. I'm going to start off with the situation today. Monday, and of course, very, very wet and windy conditions coming in off the Atlantic in towards the UK. And it's very unsettled generally in the north and west of Europe today. Ireland, United Kingdom, Denmark, some parts of the Low Countries, and then going up into Norway and Scandinavia. Low pressure really is dominating. The high pressure is into the east of Europe and down through the Med. That's where we've got the best of the dry and warm weather. Look at those upper air temperatures, very, very cool indeed for northern parts of France into Ireland, Great Britain, Denmark, northern parts of Germany, many parts of Germany, very cool indeed, as is Belgium and Holland. And then going up north into Scandinavia, very cool scene there. But warmth is in the east of Europe, and then coming down through the Med. Notice the heat building central parts of Spain. That's the heat that's going to start to push north across Europe later on this week. So it's a wet and windy day eventually, or it will be a wet and windy day eventually across Ireland particularly, and coming into the UK, turning really wet and windy indeed. Showers or longer spells of rain across Scandinavia, and they push down in some parts of Germany and Poland, and then heavy thunderstorms likely over the Alps in towards some parts of France. A few storms over the Pyrenees. Well, even down into the Costas there could be one or two showers today. Mainly dry scene though through much of the Mediterranean, some thunderstorms possible across Italy. I mean, showers let's go over the Adriatic into the southeast of Europe. The temperatures today show that the warmth is in the east and through the Med, so temperatures in the east of Europe into the mid to upper 20s Celsius, into the 80s Fahrenheit there, as it is through the Med. Very warm, if not hot conditions for any parts of the Mediterranean today. But come further north, that's where the cool air is going to be, particularly across France, Germany, Low Countries, Denmark, can't see it, but Scandinavia as well. And very, very cool, disappointing temperatures for the UK and for Ireland. Now, moving through into the middle part of the week, and high pressure will start to build up from the Azores into some central and western parts of Europe. This will begin to push the warmth out of the Med in towards central and western parts of Europe. But notice it's still an unsettled scene with low pressure, particularly over Scandinavia, but generally quite unsettled in the northwest of Europe. The upper air temperatures are lifting up through the middle part of the week across many parts of the continent, so heat building through Spain and much of the Med, and that warmth pushing north in towards France, in towards southern parts of Germany, over into Poland as well. It's still a warm scene in the east and the southeast of Europe, and then the cool air is still up here in this northwestern quadrant. So things are turning drier through the middle part of the week, but still very unsettled across Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, and Finland, all likely to be seeing some heavy showers, if not some longer spells of rain through the course of Wednesday. Some showers for parts of Scotland and Ireland, but otherwise a lot of dry weather. It is turning drier through the middle part of the week, where there could still be some thunderstorms over the Alps and maybe a shower over the Pyrenees, but generally a lot of dry weather through the middle part of this week. Temperatures are lifting up as well, so it's finally turning warmer across France, with temperatures going up in towards the mid-20s across many parts of France, and that warmth does extend in towards central eastern parts of Europe as well. It's cooler out to the northwest of Europe once again. As we move through to the end of the week, this is when we've got the complications, that heat pushing northwards through Thursday and Friday across many parts of Europe. But look at this, when I'm doing the recording on Sunday evening, this is a 6 o'clock run on Sunday evening. And for the UK and Ireland, it's got this nasty area of low pressure stuck over the top of the country. So we miss out on the heat on this latest GFS run. It is a trend that we've been seeing through today from a GFS model, but really warm, if not hot, across most parts of the continent. There's the upper air temperature showing the extent of heat pushing out of Spain and the Med, going up in central parts of Europe, much, much hotter through France and Germany in particular. But notice the northwest misses out. UK and Ireland, very, very disappointing turn of events for these regions. There's still time for change, but looks like we could miss out up in the northwest, as will many parts of Scandinavia as well. So the heat will be pushing northwards through many central parts of Europe at the end of the week, but it could generate some thunderstorms here across parts of eastern France in particular, going up in towards the Low Countries, on in towards Denmark, some parts of Germany. Some violent thunderstorms could break out in these regions. Thunderstorms also possible over the Alps and go down into Italy. This precipitation over Scotland is likely to be just persistent rain as we miss out on the heat and thundering potential. Showers easing off of Scandinavia. Many eastern and northeastern parts of Europe actually dry, a few showers going down in towards parts of Greece. Look at the convective potential though, central parts of Europe at the end of the week. Really high Cape values for Germany particularly, which means that those showers could well be very violent with a lot of heavy rain, lightning, thunder and hail mixed in. But it's very hot. Look at those temperatures through many eastern parts of France. We're up at 30 degrees, as we are through Belgium and Holland, as we are through Germany. Then the heat pushes eastwards into the east of Europe. 30 degrees is 86 Fahrenheit. So very warm, hot conditions across many, many parts of Europe by the end of the week. But in the northwest, we miss out once again. It's same old story seemingly, with that heat not quite able to reach Ireland, the UK, and Scandinavia. I mean, a lot of uncertainty as we go through to next weekend, but this particular run of the GFS wants to build high pressure back in. But with so much uncertainty for the latter part of the week, I think we have got really low confidence for next weekend. It means that for many central parts of Europe and down into the Med and into southeast, still a warm scene, but it's cooler up in the northwest. It's turning dry around about ridge of high pressure for storms are being pushed down into the southeast of Europe. So they're going down over the Alps into Italy, over the Adriatic, in towards the Balkans, and then going further southwards in towards Greece. Some violent thunderstorms there. Some showers for parts of Scandinavia again, but they are lighter than they are earlier in the week. Some rain for Scotland and Ireland, but otherwise plenty of dry weather. Convective potential shows that the thunderstorm risk is really through southern and southeastern parts of Europe next weekend. And the temperature is still very warm, if not hot, through the Med. Of course, it's Mediterranean summer, so you expect it to be hot this time of year, and indeed it will be. It's a little bit cooler up in the north, but it could still be pretty warm really and quite humid, especially in the east of Europe. But loads of uncertainty for next weekend. The basic gist of the weather for the coming week across the continent this week is that we're going to be starting off very unsettled in the northwest of Europe for today and early on in the week, almost autumnal conditions really. It will turn hotter and drier through the middle and latter stage of the week across most parts of Europe, and then break down into thunderstorms in many places by next weekend. Well, that's it for now. We'll do it all again next Monday, so come back for that. That's all for now. Have a great week if you're off on the continent this week. Bye for now.